It's ready. Hi guys. So we attempted to go live on Facebook, but I think it's there's so many of us on at once. So, but we wanted to talk to you about the new classes that Diana and I are bringing to you with kids mindfulness and story time. I think sometimes there's so much coming at everybody right now that just putting a description in doesn't do it. So I wanted you guys to feel Diana's energy and to listen to what she has to say about why she wanted to bring this to kids. So we're just going to step in and I'll share this on Facebook and we'll share it on Instagram store. We can do our Instagram as well. But hi, Diana. Hi.
Hi everybody.
So you and I talked about wanting to bring this. This is something you've been working with, and it's a perfect time with everybody at home and with like all the families in together in the house, and it can cause extra stress on top of the stress that's going on in the world right now. And I love the idea of bringing mindfulness starting really young. They do it in other countries. We don't do it here as much, and so I really love this idea. So what gave you the idea that you wanted to do this with kids, and especially like the 5 to 9 year olds?
Well, first of all, you hear the term mindfulness thrown around a lot, but most people don't really know what it means. And it's very simple, or the simple explanation is that it's about bringing your thoughts and feelings into the present moment, because we have these monkey minds. They're always whirling around, both adults and kids, and we're always thinking about what happened in the past and what's going to happen in the future, and we're weaving all these stories in our heads, and usually these stories are not true, and they just cause us a lot of pain. So, in this time where we're all kind of shut in together, I think first of all, we need to feel really grateful that we have each other and grateful that we have Zoom and the internet and all the wonderful things that we do have to still be able to connect with each other. Now, adults need this too, but kids in particular, they really worry a lot, but they don't tell us, or they'll act out in ways that we don't understand. They're angry, they're anxious, they're unruly, they don't know what to do with themselves. So I thought it would be nice to put together a program where kids could have a little bit of fun, but also to give them some tools that they can use when they're feeling really anxious and scared, when they have these yucky feelings that they don't know what to do with them. So, in this first program, we're going to work on some mindful breathing, some fun breathing techniques just to bring us into the present moment and help your child breathe and be there when life is truly taking place. Life is now, not yesterday or tomorrow. It's right now at this very moment. And when you can come into the present, you begin to realize that everything is okay. It actually is. I'm all right at this very moment. And another thing we're going to work on is what to do with those yucky thoughts and emotions that come up into our heads. And it's like, how do we get rid of them? And I have some really fun, easy techniques that kids can use, and adults can use them too. But this is something easy that the kids can use and remember to do it on their own, and how to notice first that, or be aware of these thoughts and emotions, and know what to do to let them go.
Yeah, I think it's so awesome. What made you decide on the 5 to 9 age group?
It's kind of a big spread, but I found a series of books. There's a lot of really wonderful children's books about mindfulness, about care, about passion and love and feeling of peacefulness. And that's really what started this. And the first one I read, I just was totally blown away because it was so simple and so beautiful, and this easy concept for kids to grasp. Um, and I thought, kids are kind of forgotten in this a lot. And as you mentioned in the intro, that the US doesn't do this very much. They don't deal with mindfulness practices unless your kids happen to take yoga classes or the parents are enlightened through yoga classes or meditation and have taught their children these techniques at home. But we're going to be dealing with some techniques that actually are a type of meditation, but they're a little easier for kids to sit through. They're not just sitting there in silence doing nothing. Can you imagine your kids being able to do that?
But I think this is great. I gotta admit, even at my age, I still love like a story being read to me. It's very calming. So even, or just like, sometimes I'll just say to my fiance, like I'll close my eyes and say, just tell me a story. Because sometimes, I mean, it's really calming for me as an adult. And so I think this is great for parents to do with their kids because they'll get the calming also and have some fun, and it's a nice way to, because everybody's homeschooling. There's a lot of like relationships are kind of being pushed to the edges because you're all on top of each other at the house at the same time. So I love the fact too that we decided to do this as a donation base. So your ticket is for the household. So it's a good way to say, let's all come together and do this and take a break together. So I love
and
that idea.
and it's a wonderful way for everybody to connect in a very positive way, and it's very gentle and soothing, and it's some things at the end we have a little bit of a Q&A where kids can talk about how they felt, but more important, the parents can talk, you parents can talk with your kids about it afterwards, and discuss things that maybe you hadn't even thought about before, or maybe you thought about it but you hadn't spoken about it, you hadn't really made that connection parent to child. There's this wonderful ad that I see. If you live in California, live in the Los Angeles area, it's talk, read, sing. It means everything, something like that. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but it's all about the first 5 years of a child's life, to talk and read stories to them and sing. And we're taking it the next step and kind of coming back to the book series. That series is mainly for kids. It skews maybe a little bit younger than that, up to maybe 8 or 9 years old. But the maturity of a child varies a lot. And so even though we said 5 to 9, there may be 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds who are mature enough to be able to grasp these concepts. And they're actually very simple and yet quite profound. And so the older kids can get a lot out of them too. And maybe there's some 8 or 9 year olds who might be bored with these stories, but I won't tell you my age, but I'm a whole lot older than that, and I just find these books fascinating and so loving and kind, and they're concepts that you can connect with very easily and bring them into your real life, and practice these things with your brothers and sisters and with your mom and dad. And when we finally get out into the broader world, to be able to use these things with grandma, grandpa, with the neighbors, with your kids at school. So and in this first series, or first session that we're doing all week this week, is we're going to be focusing on breathing. um, I'm going to teach you all how to sit like a froggy and how to stay on your lily pad, because if you don't sit still, you get dumped into the water. So I'll teach you how to do that. And I'm going to tell you about my magic shell,
Okay.
and how you can find your own magic shell and what you do with it, how you can use your magic shell to help you feel better, to
Uh,
get rid of the yucky feelings. And you can use it anytime you want, any place you want, whenever you're feeling bad. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. And then there's some other things, like we're going to learn how to breathe like a lion,
right.
and some other breathing things. I'm going to read the story. This week's story is called I Am Peace.
I love that.
Yeah, and it relates a lot to the things that we're doing in the rest of the program. And then today, I'm going to do just a little bit of something called thought clouds, which we're going to do in the story sessions too. So
Awesome. And then
let me.
half an hour, I think, that's a lot to get into half an hour, but I think for kids, that's a good space of time, so they don't get too bored. And, you give them enough tools, and then, they can take those away. And if they want to come again, we're offering this several times this week. So if they really like it and they want to come again, we have both like late morning, midday, later afternoon. We're trying to hit up people in all time zones as much as we can. And also, a thought that I had is like, a lot of these kids can't see their little friends right now, but you could, and a lot of the parents know each other probably. You could make this like a play date together, sort of like, let's meet online and do this class together. And they can be seeing each other in Zoom and breathing together, listening to the story together, and then, talk about it later with them. But this way they get to see their friends that they're not able to go out and play with.
I love that idea. I hadn't thought about that. It's a
It's been
really
coming to me, and so I thought I would put it out there because I think people don't think about that stuff. But you can come to a class and bring your playmates, and parents just coordinate it and get on together with the kids. So, yeah.
are we ready to do just a little bit of thought cloud? Should we do that now?
You want to give them a teaser? Sure.
Yeah, it'll be just a little bit.
Okay.
So go ahead and close your eyes right now. Close your eyes, little froggies.
I'm gonna do it too.
And then you're going to breathe in through your nose, 2, 3, and then you're going to open your mouth and breathe very softly out through your mouth, 2, 3, like you're fogging up a mirror. And then as we breathe in through the nose again, 2, 3, you're going to bring up some thoughts and emotions that make you feel kind of bad. Bring them up as you breathe in and put them in a little cloud above your head. Put those thoughts and feelings above your head in a cloud. And then breathe out through your mouth. And as you breathe out, blow those clouds away with all those yucky feelings in them. We're going to do a little bit of that. We'll do it enough times so it really helps you feel better. And this is something that you can use at home. You can use it by yourself, or you can use it with your brothers and sisters, or you can sit with your parents. If you really want to spend more time with your parents, it's a really nice thing to do. You can do it before you go to bed, so you don't have those yucky feelings to go to bed with. We don't want to carry those into our dreams.
Oh, I love it. So I'm going to post all the times. What tomorrow we have 11 a.m., right? And then we also have an afternoon at 4, right? And then we'll have one on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, I think, if I'm remembering right. And then we have 10 a.m. on Friday. Um, and I'm going to post the links. So it is, it's donation either $5 or $10, whatever feels right for you guys for the household. Okay. So, bring the kids. And like I said, encourage maybe your kids' playmates, their parents to come on and do this together. And
And they'll need, just to prepare, they're going to be sitting on the floor at first. They're going to be sitting up, and then they're going to be lying down. So if you want, they can get a little cushion from a little pillow from the sofa, and they can sit on that, or you can fold a blanket or a towel that they can sit on. And then when they lie down, they might want a blanket or something to cover them to keep them warm.
awesome. Awesome. Yay! So we're so excited. So sign-ups happening now through Eventbrite. I'm going to post the link with this video on Facebook, and see if we can get it on Instagram too, in the Instagram TV. And reach out if you have any other questions. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m., right? And then 4 in the afternoon. So thank you guys.
Bye. See you soon.